I don't know. Okay, all owners of the Kiss the Golden Island will receive a free update. That's the Redux. What does it include? An overhaul to the UI, a new hint system, 13 new localizations, readability, and save improvements, and dozen of other quality of life changes. Make it seamless to play. Okay, I'm just gonna play the regular one and see what happens. Okay, so we're gonna be over here. The new game, Spider of Lanka. Is it Lanka or Lanka? I imagine it's Lanka, but like Sri Lanka. I'm kind of guessing that maybe we'll beat this today if it's short, like the DLC is short, maybe. We'll see though. This must be the place. Play Pajak? Okay. Interesting. Golden Idol Mysteries, the Spider of Lanka, the overly enthusiastic card game tournament, and the Yellow Lily. The English language is a puzzle? I bet there's a movie that probably talks about that. Okay, what do we got here? We got this ain't looking too good. But the font's different in this too. The font is quite different. Let us leave this unsavory watering hole. You do not appear to have sustained any serious injury, but perhaps a stiff drink will help settle your nerves. Stiletto with a clean blade. Dr. Oberon Geller. That sounds familiar. That name sounds familiar. Trojan hypnotherapist, Island of Lanka. Surgical cut, scalpel treated. What a scene to start the DLC with? For real. There's like no... This is the intro? A blue rosette. An empty pistol and a loaded pistol. Ooh. Okay, we got some detail. What in the blazes? They're all dead. Thank you for saving my life, kind sir. There's more animation focus too, I'd say. Yellow rosette. My dear Zubiri. This is 1741, so this takes place before the base game, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. Upon my arrival, in just a few days, we will depart Jampupur together. While you await me, I beg you continue to apply yourself to your studies. As Lemurians, we may be held in high regard in Lanka, but we must not become careless and besmirch the Kara family name. Are you skilled at Pajak? Is it Pajak or Pajak? I don't know. I'm guessing it's Pajak. Pajak? Test yourself and win money in this grand tournament. June 11 at the sundown at the port in the Yellow Lily. So perhaps if their family name is Kara and they're writing to Zubiri, maybe it's Zubiri Kara? Perhaps that's their name. Yellow Lily card house rules. Broke something? Pay for it. Too drunk to play? Get out. Lost all your money? Game over. Someone cheated? Sort it yourself. The management accepts no liability if you decide to play against Bill. Okay. Take a look what's going on here. This clue's been added. Archer, boar, centaur, peasant. Are we gonna have to figure out how this game works? Oh no. Oh no. I don't know what any of this means. What's in the box? I like the music. Okay. This man is asleep and appears to be completely drunk. is crucial to our operations in the South Seas to secure trading fortresses in the Lanka archipelago. Regrettably, Lemuria continues to object to it and advises the local rulers against our presence. The Lemurians cannot project their power directly, but they still have the spiritual authority in the Lankan kingdoms, which used to belong to the now crumbled Lemurian Empire. The Lemurian influence on Lanka must be broken. Cooperate with our agents in the region. In particular, Mage, Widower, and Doctor could prove useful. Remember that your reward for a job well done would be enormous. Welcome to the Spider of Lanka. Alright. Mamma mia. Alright, what's that? Almost empty flask of rum. Yo, Optimus, welcome in. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. When drawing lots for match pairings, arrange it so the newcomer plays against the best player here. He wants to test his skills. A sword. Okay, there's a lot of stuff going on. This guy ain't looking too good. A huge and bloody mace. There's blood on it, and he's got a spear in them. Or a harpoon, I'm sorry. The man is not breathing, has a harpoon sticking out of him. Yellow rosette. I don't know what these rosettes mean. I don't know. My strong friend, join me tonight for the Pejak tournament at the Yellow Lily. Bill will be present, so long as he wins, however, so he does not become crazed. Thank you for the lurk, Ari. Hope you're doing well. So long as he wins, he does not become crazed. So did Bill lose and then he went nuts? Like, attacking everybody? Is that how that works? Please bring Gabrielle as a precautionary measure should Bill lose his temper. Okay, that's interesting. Pajak tournament card. Okay, we got Carlos Luna, 420. Oberon Geller. Sri Thason. Pandula Sanevi. Oberon 1. Sri 1. Ruben Hendricks versus Gabriel Hubert. Alright. Bill Price versus Zubiri Hannah. And we don't know what happened. I guess they finished their match and they finished their match. They finished their match and they didn't, but they almost did. Who could Bill be? We probably have to figure out who everybody is in this room. Oh my god. I need the rules. Somebody tell me the rules. Tar. Man is not breathing. And you got chakram throwing blades and a sword and blue rosette. And the floor. Not breathing. A rapier is stabbed in the back. Half empty flax of rum. A necklace made of human ears. Wow. How many words are dumping you in the DLC? This is like, look at that bottom section. When are they gonna have me solve? They're gonna have me solve the game? Quartermaster, this time I will beat you in Pajak. Get your crew and we shall play in the 8-player tournament at the Yellow Lily. Oberon. Jesus, look at that. That's rough. A poignard knife. Stiletto with a clean blade. This guy's is decked out with blades. Alright, so this, something over here, some thing of ink got splotched all over whatever this is. Alright, what's this dude? The man is not breathing. Clean dagger, almost empty flask of rum, a clean Navaja knife, yellow rosette. Who knows? The DLC might be really short. You have to figure out the rules of a game in a video game, especially a card game, yeah. But thank you for the bless you. Hopefully I'm muted for that. Oberon wants to embarrass himself again. Round up Sri and Ruben from the ship and meet at the Yellow Lily around 10. Quartermaster. Ugh. Where'd the spear come from? Who did you bludgeon? That looks like a gunshot wound. You threw it at him. You got stabbed. It's interesting that they go through all the trouble of showing you what their weapons are, right? But you still don't know because there's like a sword in the guy, and obviously no one's holding that anymore, so you don't know who put the sword in them. This guy got shot though. But maybe he got... Oh. He was playing against Bill. Is this Bill? This person is not Sri or Ruben. We might need to take notes. I like the music too. No, Narcotis, welcome in. Thank you for the spec jam. Okay. Spider of Lanka. So, we got a bunch of different people here. Let me just do... There's a guy by the door, another guy who's Zubiri, right? And they are also on here. Zubiri Kara, which matches the Kara name. Three, and so then there's another guy. There's two people over here on the floor. One, and then two. And then there's a dude who's sitting there. Another dude sitting there. And another dude there with the chakram. And then finally the guy on the floor. So, this guy is not Sri or Ruben. Right. Oberon, maybe this is Carlos? Alright, this guy, This could be, I think this is Oberon, right? Yeah, it is. The world is this game. This is the detective mystery puzzle game, Optimus. We played the base game a couple weeks ago. And this is one of the DLCs because Eggroll Buddy got it for me. And we can tell the seating arrangement also by this whole situation. So I'm going to indicate seats with a circle in my notes. It doesn't really matter to you guys. So there's 3 tables. Oh, there's one over here too I missed. Which I don't know who this is. Alright, there's 4 tables. Already been a few. Has it been? I feel like it might have. Maybe it's been only 1 week. Because we beat a game in between, right? We beat... What game did I play? Pizza Tower. Yeah, thank you, Acer. Hey, Grego, welcome in. Hello. That's your Acer from the other room yelling, Pizza Tower! Clearly Aquaman did. Look at the spear. There's only 1 spear. Okay, so I'm assuming that... Okay, they played this. This is some drunk dude. Last time was 410, 411. Alright, week and a half. Week and a half. Thank you for doing the research. Eggroll Buddy is always really good at getting the receipts. You like stuff like this? Yeah, me too. I enjoyed the base game a lot, Optimus. I do recommend it. Sri versus Pandula. Is there any info about them as people? My strong friend. This is not Bill. Okay, so we're gonna label them by information, right? Not Bill. Bring Gabriel. Who's Gabriel though? They went against Ruben. Alright, let's just look what our thinking is. Oh my god. Oh. Oh my god. This is gonna be this is gonna take some time. Oh Lord. Okay. Okay. I'm getting out the highlighters. Okay. These are shadows, not stains or smudges. Oh my god. So they are not Sri or Ruben. And Sri and Ruben are at different tables. They give such little info. Okay, okay. So who is the quartermaster? That's gonna be important. Is Carlos the quartermaster? Because they played Oberon? We're gonna make that assumption for now. Hey Justin, happy Sunday, hope you're doing well. This guy has a head wound. It looks like it could be a blunt head wound. So, imagine a detective entering a crime scene yelling, "I need more information." Yes, exactly. I think we're gonna need this to help to like figure out what actually happened, because this is gonna be really freaking tough. This is gonna be. Is this always blue and yellow here? Blue and yellow with an ink stain, and then over here blue and yellow. So every table has blue and yellow. Is it possible that this helps us hint into who is blue? This is blue versus blue then, if that's the case, right? Huh. This is... Alright, let's just do a count, right? Blue, yellow. Okay, it's not top or bottom based on blue or yellow. 1, 2, 3. I think it's white and black. Are you talking about the chalkboard? Egg roll. Buddy. The awful data reference to the dress thing? Oh, yes, okay. Okay, well, let's look at the one that we know for sure, question mark? Do we know anything for sure, actually? Well, these two were playing together. They're still in their seats, kind of. This guy is a little bit off the seat. This guy was probably sitting here. We don't know where the other section is over here. This guy was here. This guy was here. So these two, either one was here, one was here. I don't exactly know. I mean, you got something going on with your ear, but was that because of this? Was it because of this guy who's the string of ears? Maybe he was trying to take his ear off. So it's possible that maybe Zubiri was here, and you were over here with the gunshot because you have one that's loaded and one that's empty. You shot them? Surgical kit. And a hypnotherapist, though. That's an interesting detail. Was that really 2015? Has it been 10 years since that dress? Oh my god. We're old? Oh my. I mean, so the thing is with the gun could have been shot from anywhere, right? I mean, like, it shows the gun wound in the back, but the gun could also be, like, it could have been shot from the front and it come out the back. It come out the back into the front. Like, there's not enough forensic information here. We just know they got shot, and I don't think anybody else has a gun. Pretty sure everybody else has some kind of knife situation. This person with the chakram throwing blades obviously threw it at this person. The guy who's asleep is not very clear who this is. And there's not a forensic information. The crime scene in 1700s is wild. Oh, wait, am I wrong though? Okay, Paul Revere. Is Paul Revere a detective? The drawing lots for match pairings arranges so the newcomer plays against the best player here. He wants to test his skill. Like, who is this person? What are you trying to figure out exactly? This. I need to figure out the identities of everybody. I need to fill in these blanks. I need to figure out who killed whom chronologically. And I have to figure out how the point system for the game works. This guy's still alive. A lot of work. Yeah, this is just scene 1. He used his knife on somebody. I'm guessing it's on him. So I'm actually going to change this up and say Zubiri was here versus possibly Carlos. So this could also be Bill. Is Bill the quartermaster? The music is a bit intense. Yeah, I like it. I'm a fan. Why did they suspect him of cheating though? Hey Vegas. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Okay, who had the harpoon? Who had access to a freaking harpoon? Alright, Optimus. Like, is there any proof anywhere that a harpoon is even on the floor or like being held over the side here? You doing well? Okay, I'm glad to hear. Yo, Origination, welcome in. Hello. The artists themselves. It's a mystery game, yeah. So I beat the base game like a little over a week ago, and Eggroll Buddy bought me the DLC, or one of the DLCs, I should say. So you get to investigate the scene. They give us a bunch of words by investigating. So like we go into one of these things, right? And they give us words that we can use. So there's like a tournament going on, and there's like a brawl busted out, right? The reveal at the end of the base game was, yeah, I loved that base game. Like, especially that last level. I mean, the last level was hard. That took me a while. Anyway, we have to fill in these things. The information based on our observations. The Legend of Self? Thank you. Yeah, thank you to Eggroll, absolutely. So there's a dude drunk, passed out in the corner. We know Oberon Geller, we know Zubiri Kara. Because their names are pretty clear. I thought this was going to be Carlos Luna, but now I'm like I'm second guessing it. Because if this is the guy with the ears, right? And if he's sliced up Kara, right? That could be Bill. It could be Bill and not Carlos. I mean, Oberon was over here. Maybe this is Carlos. So all we know is that this guy down here is not Sri or Ruben, because they got a letter. That Oberon wants to embarrass himself again. Round up Sri and Ruben from the ship and meet at the Yellow Lily around 10. This is the Yellow Lily, that's what we're inside right now. And we know this guy probably was playing them. This guy was playing one of those two. These were playing each other, and they were playing the other one of these two, based on this. Right? So either Zubiri was against Bill, or Oberon, or rather, and Oberon was against Carlos. We just need to know which one of those two on the floor are each. And we can look at the game in theory, right? Oh, this has www. Wait, hold on. So this doesn't actually have it on there. This does. This is actually a huge part of the hint. It's blue, yellow, blue. So blue, yellow, blue. So Oberon was over here. Oberon was over here. So we're gonna do that. So that means, therefore, that is Carlos on the ground. All right, we found the critical hint here. So Bill is the quartermaster then. So that's not Carlos. This is Bill Price. Okay, we have information. This is not Carlos. This is Carlos, and therefore Bill Price is that guy. Okay. We know that word is Pajak. So that means the other two tables, Sri and Panjula, and Ruben and Gabriel. www, so we don't really know. I guess this is like a chalkboard, maybe. I don't know what this is, actually. It's like whatever they use to keep the score. We're gonna need to learn how the game works. Well, let's look at the one that has the winning thing, right? The boar beats the peasants. 2 archers lost to the centaur. But one archer beat the boar. So let's go evaluate that. So the archer is greater than the boar. Okay, because blue won. 2 archers still lost to the centaur. So centaur is greater than 2A. And now the boar and the peasant. The boar beats the peasant. So in any situation where the boar and the peasant are. Okay, let's look over here. So this is a little bit different. So this one, yeah, we're gonna do Roman numerals. All right, for this, just to give it a different. I'm just writing down notes because this is like going to be impossible for to remember. Okay, so I'm doing it a counterclockwise sort of quadrant order, where this is quadrant 1. This is 2, so this is 2. So we have 2 boar versus 2 centaur. I don't know. I don't know how this stacks, but I imagine that the centaur is one of the best cards. And then we have a centaur and an archer. And then we have a archer and a boar. We know archer better than a boar. So blue has a winning third round. Tough. Okay, let's go to table 3, where we have a peasant and an archer, which we don't have data for directly. If it's, I don't know if it's like a linear thing, right? Like they only have a certain number of points that they each has, and then it, it builds up on that, or if there's like a rock, paper, scissors type of relationship between these. And then there's 2 boars and 2 archer, and then a centaur and a peasant. We don't have any centaur peasant data. We have boar peasant, we have archer, boar. We have centaur, archer, we don't know the answer to yet. And then table 4 is a peasant and a boar. Which we do know that the boar wins that. Then we have a centaur and a boar versus a centaur and an archer. We have no idea. Do the centaurs cancel out? And then we have just A versus B. If that's the case, the archer would win. So I'm gonna make an assumption that that's how that works. With a question mark to show that it's an assumption. And then we have peasant versus an archer, where we don't have official data on that regard. And we do know who was at some of the tables, though. So, table number 4, we're saying, was Bill Price versus Zubiri. And we don't know the score. Oh, dang it. Okay, number 2 had the third one. So, we have... I did this in the wrong order, but whatever, it doesn't really matter for this table. Okay. Based on this section here, I believe that we can order them in a linear score fashion. So it doesn't seem like it's a rock, paper, scissors type of method. That said, I believe the peasant goes here. The centaur is the highest. There's the boar and an archer. No? Archer is better than boar. Boar is better than peasant. Centaur is better than 2 archers. How is this not correct then? Oh, starting with the strong. I'm an idiot. Okay, I just didn't read it right. I had my orientation messed up. Okay, so let's say we have this, right? Let's say we have this. And if it's a linear fashion, that means in theory we should be able to figure out everything. So 2 centaurs should beat 2 boar, right? Assumption. Centaur should beat an archer. And then archer should beat the boar. With a win for blue. So it is a win-win win-win, yeah, like this one. So Ruben Hendricks is at table number 2, along with Gabriel Hubert. Ruben or Gabriel, I don't know. But it would be this one. Wait, no, did I do it backwards? I think I did it backwards, hold on. The centaurs win, so yellow wins, and then blue. Okay, yellow, blue. Okay, so Sri and Pandula. Definitely Sri versus Pandula. Okay. So that means that the third table is Ruben Hendricks and Gabriel Hubert, assuming that we can say that the archer beats the peasant. We don't know about the second one, because the 2. I'm assuming it's just doubled up, though. 2 boar will lose to the 2 archer. And then the centaur will beat the peasant. Which, that checks out. Win-win, and then loss, if we're looking at blue's point of view. Okay. And then finally, this board would, in theory, a full wipe where yellow won everything. Yellow won every single one. Which would be Zubiri winning 100%. Problem is, so we know who was at those tables, but are we forced to just do brute force for these names? Because there's not a whole lot of other hints that will say who is who in these other 2 tables. Unless we're supposed to use something over here or over here somehow with the kill order. Put them out there. Make sure their last names are correct first. Gabriel Hubert, Ruben Hendricks. Okay. I don't know how else we're supposed to do that, to be completely honest with you. Just had to swap them around. Okay, well now we have their names. Ruben's passed out. Ruben didn't die at all. And if they're drunk, they have some blades, but that's it. They have no wound. They have nobody. So blank blank blank, a Pidgeot game, the blank blank. Blank blank thought blank blank had blank. I'm guessing, so out of all the blue words, pay, treated, cheated, lost, I'm assuming that they thought someone has cheated, so they tried to take someone's ear. I think they tried to take, because based on the damage done to their head. So Bill has been collecting ears. Lost a game. Yeah, there's just like a lot of repeat names. Yeah, okay, it's a lot of repetition of names. This unfortunately does not really help killing exactly. It may give us the order perhaps, right? Because let's say Bill tried to attack Zubiri, right? With his knife. And then now there's a sword sticking out of them. But how are we supposed to know whose sword this is? Right? Because they're not holding on to it anymore. We don't know what they came in with. So someone stopped Bill, right? You've heard great questions. Yeah, I don't know how you knew, like, whose weapon, like, who started with what weapon. Like, obviously, this guy shot this guy. We don't know who started with the harpoon. We know what angle it is, I guess. But, like, why would this come from over here? I know Oberon would have had to have moved from their seat, which was over here somewhere, because they were playing against Carlos. You were here. Did you defend yourself? Did you even bring your own weapon? I don't think that Zubiri did bring their own weapon. So, like, I'm just trying to picture the fray here. You attack them, and somebody's like, no, don't do that to them. Here's a sword in your back. But if he was over here the whole time during this situation... Well, no, because maybe they finished their games already by the time, like, before this occurred, before this finished. Maybe? This is a bit tough. This is quite a tough one because I feel like we are missing some information. I don't know how we're supposed to... It kind of feels like the information that we have almost makes us inclined to do brute forcing, which that part doesn't... I don't know if I'm reading that wrong. I don't know if I'm reading into that wrong. Like, what information am I missing that requires, that, like, would provide me with the info to know who put this sword into this guy? So, like, for example, I'm just going to put this here in the middle, right? Sui Thankson killed Gabriel Hubert with the chakram. Right? Sure. Chronologically, I don't know how we're supposed to know that. Like, where it fits in this whole situation. Because, like, maybe you have a bunch of 9. You already have 3. Do you have a 4th? Was this a 4th that you killed him with? Are we supposed to look at the handle of it? None of the handles match up. None of the handles, I mean, maybe, but this guy's passed out with no blood on them. So maybe they didn't do anything. This guy's got a bloodied thing here. You must have hit them because there's no actual other wound. You hit him in the head with this and he's bloody. So let's say that that's part of here, right? Pendulos, and we use the mace, kill them. Okay? And at some point you shot them, right? Oberon, I don't know what the order is again, shot Carlos. Pistol, I guess. Somebody killed Bill. Maybe them. Alright, let's just put that here. Gabriel Hubert killed Bill with... Just tell us what kind this is. With a rapier, okay. And then someone else is dead. Them, with a spear. Who the heck speared them? Maybe Carlos, because of the angle? Harpoon, I mean. Okay. So now, I think that we generally have an idea of that, but it's a matter of order. So if you killed them, you weren't dead yet. And you killed them maybe because they killed them. And they killed them because maybe they did this. Maybe they did this. You know what I mean? Like, what else? Alright, so there's a sign, right? Let's see, what does a sign call it? The yellow lily. We're chilling the yellow lily, except some people are not alive anymore. I appreciate you. Thank you. I'm glad that you had a good night. Good luck. I appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, thank you for shouting them out too. Wait, did the shout out not? Okay, it did automatically happen, but you also did an additional one. Thank you, April. My cat is meowing, but also they're not there anymore. So, and I was gonna go bring them to the camp. Is it still there? Okay. You guys like Cat? Got some intense music for Cat. Hey, hi, boy. This is Stitch, everybody. If you don't know him already, this is Stitch. The little boy. He's a little bit of a mischievous one. Hi, Claire. Welcome in. I hope you had a good day, too. Starting a good day. He's standing on my hand. Put a little pause there. I know, I used to be able to just like hold him there, and now you have to use both arms to make sure he's nice and stable. Little Mr. Stitch. So cute. Wants to get out. Oh. Sometimes, it depends.
By me.
Yeah, I think you have to hold him a certain way and make sure his little feet have a place to stand. Likes that, like this. Yeah, Coda in the background doing Coda things. I can't hold on Coda like that. He does not stay in my arms, but Acer can.
You get the opportunity.
Hippie boy, or is the monitor kind of bright for you? I'm gonna put him under the armrest. He likes the armrest. But you might want to leave. Okay. That's alright. Thanks for hanging with Stitch and I. Play with Ashley and stuff? Oh, it's really cool. We were solving more mysteries, and there was just cats running back and forth. Thank you again, Ollie, for the raid. I appreciate it. Okay. So we were thinking about kill order. So we have to look at the type of the wound and the type of damage being done. So this guy died from this. So maybe if this guy had the sword and put him into Bill. Did I write that, Gabriel Hubert? Could have been the first one that did it. So let's do that. A little bit of moving around here. So Gabriel did it first, let's say. I was like, this guy's about to slice his ear off. He's like, no, don't do that. Here's a sword in your back. And then, meanwhile, he's like, no, don't do that. I'm gonna put a chakram into your head. Alright? So we're just moving that up together. Boom. And then he's like, no, don't do that. Let me put this mace into your head, because it's a blunt head wound, right? So then Pandula, Sanavi, a mace into 3 attack. There we go, we did it. Just a little bit of shifting based on looking at the kill order. You love getting a mace into your head. Oh, like, you know, sometimes you're, depending on how hard your cranium is, you can do a nice parry to the mace. No, don't do that. Don't do that. The scroll has been fulfilled. We did it. No hints. The young Lemurian Zibiri Kara, bored of his studies, went down to the Yellow Lily to participate in the Project tournament. He played against the skilled but hot-headed quartermaster Bill Price and won. Bill, incredulous that he could have lost to a newcomer, accused Zibiri of cheating and tried to take his ear. We did it. That's 100% on the first one. Oh, we got a little hint. A little side story thing. What do we got here? Today is the most important day in your life, children. You will meet a Lemurian saint and other powerful people. Okay, this is Zabiri. I don't know who this is. Thank you for the GGs, I appreciate it.